Roman Reigns is the favorite to dethrone CM Punk. WWE should have added Brock Lesnar to the men's Elimination Chamber match. Liv Morgan reveals how much creative input she has in her storylines. AJ Styles says WrestleMania has lost its prestige. Big E calls out WWE creative for botching the New Day's heel turn. A medical update on Bronson Reed. Cody Rhodes is ready to leave the WWE, and much, much more. Let's get right into it. WWE should have added Brock Lesnar to the men's Elimination Chamber match. After an unceremonious outing at the Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar made his return on this week's episode of WWE Raw. Paul Heyman delivered a stern message on behalf of the Beast Incarnate, laying down an open challenge for WrestleMania 42. Lesnar will also appear regularly on television heading into the show of shows. With the Elimination Chamber PLE taking place this weekend, it feels like a missed opportunity not to have the 10-time world champion on the card. With that being said, let's look at reasons why WWE should have added Brock Lesnar to the men's Elimination Chamber match. Number 1. Star power. The current lineup for the men's Elimination Chamber match includes Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. While the field is stacked, Brock Lesnar would have added more star power to it. As polarizing as he is, the Beast Incarnate's popularity can't be denied. With his intense physical style, Lesnar would have made the bout inside the steel structure more exciting. Number 2. To build a better feud for him. During the men's Royal Rumble match, Cody Rhodes and LA Knight worked together to throw Brock Lesnar over the top rope. Both men have qualified for the men's Elimination Chamber match, which is why Lesnar's inclusion would have made sense. The Beast Incarnate could have attempted to exact revenge on Rhodes and Knight by potentially eliminating them from the gimmick bout this weekend. Additionally, several exciting interactions could have been possible if Lesnar were added to the match. Number 3. Brock Lesnar could have put over a young star. The current lineup for the men's Elimination Chamber match includes up-and-coming superstars like Trick Williams and Javon Evans. If Lesnar were a part of the bout, he could have put over one of them. Williams or Evans could have pulled off an upset by eliminating the Beast Incarnate from the match. Pinning a veteran like Lesnar would have instantly elevated their credibility in the Stamford-based promotion. Or perhaps, the Beast Incarnate could attack Javon Evans before he enters the steel structure and replace him in the bout. Liv Morgan reveals how much creative input she has in her storylines. Liv Morgan's rise over the past 2 years hasn't just changed her spot on the WrestleMania card, it's changed how much influence she has behind the scenes. After officially choosing Stephanie Vaquer as her WrestleMania 42 opponent on the February 23rd episode of Raw in Atlanta, Morgan addressed something fans have long wondered about. How much say does she actually have in her storylines? Speaking on Raw Talk on February 24th, 2026, when asked if she gets any say in what happens in WWE storylines, Liv answered honestly, and without overselling it. She didn't pretend to be running the writer's room, but she made it clear she's trusted enough now to shape how she's presented. Like, am I actively writing the show? No. But do I have creative liberties? Yes. That's something you earn. You don't just get creative liberties. When the interviewer followed up and asked when she felt she earned that trust, Liv didn't hesitate, revealing it was around 2024. More than anything, you could hear how much that trust means to her. Probably around 2024. I feel like that's when. And yeah, it does feel good, because that means they know that I know my stuff, and I take pride in them knowing that I know. 2024 was the year Morgan fully stepped into her current persona, especially during her run alongside Dominic Mysterio. According to her, that evolution didn't just elevate her on-screen role, it earned her real creative influence. For Liv, earning creative freedom is proof that WWE believes in her instincts. And judging by how strongly fans have reacted to her work since 2024, that confidence seems to be paying off. Liv Morgan also opened up about her personal life again. And this time, she's making it crystal clear that romance simply isn't a priority right now. The conversation shifted toward whether she's actively looking for a partner. And her answer revealed just how focused she is on her career. She began by explaining that while she has normal human moments of wanting companionship, she refuses to rush or force anything in her life. No, I have moments where I'm like, I'd like to find a partner, but I'm not stressing the timing of it. I feel like I'm so immersed in my job right now, and my job in and of itself is hard for people to wrap their heads around with the scheduling, the travel, and everything it entails. Still, she clarified that she's not shutting the door on love entirely. She's simply not making it a mission. If the right person comes along, I'm definitely open, but I'm not actively looking either. Liv then revealed that years ago, she made a conscious decision about what mattered most to her in this lifetime, and that choice still guides her today. Whether that happens for me or it doesn't, I'm okay. I told myself a long time ago that in this lifetime, I would trade love for success, and if that's what I get out of this lifetime, I'm okay with it. She explained that her career goals have always been tied to something bigger than fame or championships. For her, it's about impact and family. If it happens, I'm totally open to it. I'd love to have little me running around. But I believe that if that's what's meant for me, that's what I'll have. I'm not going to actively pursue anything right now. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm okay knowing that in this lifetime, I did what I set out to do, which was change my family's life. Liv also made it clear that she doesn't feel emotionally unfulfilled. She feels supported and loved, just not necessarily by a romantic partner. I get love from millions of people around the world, from my family and my friends. I'm not necessarily missing love from a significant other. I feel very loved. Finally, she reflected on whether she would make the same choices again if given the chance, and her answer showed no hesitation. If it happens, I'd be open to it. And yes, I'd want kids and all of that. But if not, I'm okay. Like I said, I knew what I'd choose. And if I get to redo this life, I'm choosing it again. AJ Styles says WrestleMania has lost its prestige. AJ Styles has now revealed why he didn't retire from WWE at WrestleMania. In an interview with Raw Recap, the Phenomenal One said the show of shows has lost a little prestige over the years. It was coming back from an injury to WrestleMania to a match that didn't, to me, have much build. And WrestleMania, listen, I'm sorry to say, used to be the most prestigious PLE or pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, but to me it has kind of lost its luster a little bit, he said. He then mentioned that Royal Rumble was special to him since he made his WWE debut at the same event a decade ago. But as far as the Royal Rumble, that's special to me because that's where I made my debut. So to be able to end where I started, it's poetic, he added. His best friend, Carl Anderson, was in attendance for his retirement ceremony on Raw, and recently revealed on Talk and Shop that he had confided in him that he was struggling with a neck injury. We get to the back. I said, Ajay, I did not know you were really gonna retire. He goes, really? I said, yeah. What do you mean, really, AJ? We haven't spoke. How am I supposed to know if you're really gonna retire or not? And he said, dude, I have to. My neck is hurting too bad. I'm beat up. It's time. I want to help the next generation. And I go, well, I didn't really believe it. So I just kept talking on my podcast about how you were not going to retire, and you're going to go here, and you're going to go there, and now I got to eat a lot of crow, pal. It seems that Styles was able to perform in several high-profile matches despite a major injury. According to a report by Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer, the former two-time WWE champion was not clued in about the HOF induction announcement at all. As a result, Styles was genuinely surprised on Monday Night Raw, after which he hugged The Undertaker. Next up, Big E calls out WWE Creative for botching the New Day's heel turn. The New Day were being too harsh on themselves in 2024. However, on December 2nd, they found an easy target in Big E to blame for their poor performance. As shocking as the New Day's heel turn was, more unfortunate was its follow-up, which even the retired New Day member agrees with. Now Big E spoke in an interview with Sports Illustrated about how he felt the New Day lacked direction. He recalled talking with the creative team about being a central pillar in the breakup. If it wasn't for anything to pass the baton, at least he wanted there to be something for blessing the faction that they were going ahead with. But no, I agree with you, and a lot of people who felt the same, and I saw a lot of that feedback after it was clear that I wasn't coming back in a timely fashion, that it was, okay, why are we putting so much stock into an angle where one person is never coming back? There's no retribution? The former WWE champion added that there were lots of brains cooking up what the creative direction should be. They made the best out of what was given at that time. However, he accepts all the criticism that comes from the fact that it was a buildup for the 2021 Money in the Bank winner to retaliate against the New Day now. He finds it right that people complain about why Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were turning heel on E if neither side wants to fight. So I think that's a very real criticism. I heard it, and I think people have a right to feel that way, Big E said. A WWE Hall of Famer has been discharged from hospital after a surgery. Earlier this month, WWE Hall of Famer Typhoon revealed that he was hospitalized for about 30 days after his gallbladder exploded. The 69-year-old was discharged from the hospital on February 9th. The real-life Fred Ottman also disclosed that he was scheduled to go under the knife on February 23rd. Earlier today, Typhoon took to his Instagram account to share a video revealing that he was released from the hospital the previous day after a pretty tough surgery. The former WWF Tag Team Champion noted that he was back home with his wife and had home health care come check on him. Good morning, everybody. This is Fred Ottman, also known as Tugboat, Typhoon, the Shockmaster, Big Steel Man, and I am coming at you live. They released me from the hospital yesterday. They kept me in the hospital for an extra couple days for observation because the surgery was pretty tough, but I'm home with my beautiful wife Sheila, and I got home health care coming in and checking on me today. And then will come the road to recovery, which ought to take a while, I believe, Typhoon said. Fred Ottman further appreciated everyone for their support. but I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. And thanks for all the prayers and all the thoughts and everything and the cards and letters that have been sent to me. God bless you, each and every one. I really appreciate the support. You know, you're my extended family. So I just wanted to keep you in here. All right, I love you, and I won't bother you anymore. Have a great day, Typhoon added. For those unaware, real-life Fred Ottman was a popular name in professional wrestling in the late 1980s and 1990s. He portrayed a large variety of characters and wrestled under multiple in-ring names throughout his career. Ottman was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as Typhoon as a member of the Natural Disasters. He also used Big Steel Man and Tugboat, among other in-ring names, during his time in the Stamford-based promotion. He also portrayed the infamous The Shockmaster character in WCW. A medical update on Bronson Reed. Reed tore his bicep in his triple threat qualifying match for Elimination Chamber and was then forced out of the match. Jey Uso picked up the win, despite Reed being scheduled to win the match, and will now be forced to step inside the chamber this weekend. According to PW Insider, Bronson Reed has been sent to Birmingham, Alabama for surgery on his bicep, which worked in his favor because Georgia was a short drive from Alabama. It was also revealed that the surgery will be done in the near future, if it hasn't already, but it has forced WWE to change some major plans. Elimination Chamber was already something that they had to change, given that Uso was now in the match, but also WrestleMania plans are now being rewritten. The report noted that it's unclear how long he will be out of action. As with every injury, it's the severity of the situation that changes the prognosis. While there are people who can return 4 weeks after bicep surgery, there are others who could be out for months. WWE is aware that WrestleMania is less than 8 weeks away, which could be why they are rushing through his surgery in the hopes that he can recover quickly. Braun Breaker is also pushing hard to return in time after his hernia surgery a few weeks ago. Both men are expected to be part of WrestleMania, but this depends on their rehab and recovery time. Reed's injury could be worse than feared when he is opened up, or it could be less serious, and he could be back in time. The identity of WWE's Masked Man after Bronson Reed's injury. As you already know, Bronson Reed has been ruled out indefinitely, joining Braun Breaker on the sidelines. With Seth Rollins also injured, some fans are proclaiming the Vision as cursed. But is there a way to save the group heading into the biggest WWE event of the year? On the latest edition of Busted Open Radio, Bully Ray had an idea on how WWE should reveal the identity of the Masked Man in storyline, amid a multitude of injuries. I believe that this injury makes the unmasking of the Masked Man a little bit more important, where it's gotta be somebody now that you're like, wow, and I'm just gonna lean a little bit more towards Bad Bunny, Bully Ray said. Bully Ray explained that due to the injuries to Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, WWE Creative has a get-out-of-jail-free card that they can use. Ray suggested a team-up between Bad Bunny and Seth Rollins taking on Logan Paul and Austin Theory at WrestleMania 42. According to Dave Meltzer of The Wrestling Observer, Bronson Reed was supposed to win on Raw and qualify for Elimination Chamber. However, the injury forced WWE to call an audible and have Jey Uso get the victory. He was going to win the match, by the way. I think most people already know that anyway, but he was going to win that match. And they had taken him out, and they basically had to do an impromptu, and everybody knew he was hurt, and it took away from that match, Meltzer said. Cody Rhodes is ready to leave the WWE. Cody Rhodes has made his future crystal clear. When his current WWE contract runs out, he's not shopping around. During a Wednesday appearance on ESPN's Unsportsmanlike, the former undisputed WWE champion addressed retirement rumors and contract speculation head-on. While he admitted he doesn't have a specific end date in mind, he made one thing certain: his next deal will be his final one, and it will be with WWE. Rhodes didn't dance around it. I don't have an end date like I used to. I do know that whatever the next deal that I sign with WWE, I ain't going nowhere. That next deal will be the last. That's about as definitive as it gets. After previously leaving WWE years ago and building himself into a global name before returning in one of the company's biggest comeback moments, Rhodes now says he sees his career ending exactly where it currently stands, under the WWE banner. At 40 years old, Rhodes doesn't view himself as winding down. In fact, he believes he's operating at his peak. Wrestling's so unique in terms of it's hard to determine your time, especially in 2026, with the level of athlete that you can grow to be. He pointed to several top stars as proof that age no longer dictates decline in modern wrestling. Look at what Brock Lesnar is doing currently at this level. He's in peak form. Roman, older, peak form. Punk is the best he's ever been. So age is really not what it used to be in the industry. With Elimination Chamber set for Chicago this Saturday, Rhodes is far from coasting. He'll enter the steel structure alongside Randy Orton, G. Von Evans, Trick Williams, LA Knight, and Jey Uso for a guaranteed undisputed WWE Championship opportunity against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. But beyond title shots and main events, Rhodes is already thinking long-term, and he's planting his flag firmly in WWE. No bidding war. No final farewell tour elsewhere. No late career surprise run in another company. If Rhodes keeps his word, his final chapter will play out in a WWE ring. On ESPN, Cody Rhodes also spoke on the hate he has been getting from the WWE universe. "I'm in a funky spot as a wrestler on the show now, where not every game is a home game anymore. Started getting some, let's go Cody, Cody sucks. When I was in Germany not too long ago, Bobby Roode walked up to me backstage. He goes, 'They just showed you on the screen. It's going to be an away game.' I thought, all right, the energy is all that matters, so it's not a thing. But there are places like Florida, and there's places like Texas. It's like, still feel good. We're cool. We're cool still." Roman Reigns is the favorite to dethrone CM Punk. The first WrestleMania betting odds are in, and sportsbooks are clearly siding with Roman Reigns. BetOnline.ag has released early lines for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship clash between Reigns and CM Punk, and the gap isn't small. Roman Reigns is currently listed at -350, and CM Punk is sitting at +225. That's not a toss-up, that's a statement. A -350 line means bettors must wager $350 just to win $100 on Reigns. That reflects a strong expectation that he wins, retains the championship at WrestleMania. On the other side, Punk at +225 means a $100 bet would win $225 if he pulls off the upset. In implied probability terms, Reigns is being viewed as roughly a 77 to 78% favorite. Punk's number suggests around a 30% chance of victory. That's a significant difference. What makes the odds even more interesting is Punk's current positioning. After being handpicked for WrestleMania, he avoided the chaos of the Elimination Chamber and spoke openly about the benefits of staying fresh. "I've just appreciated that he picked me, so I don't have to pay any attention to the Elimination Chamber, and I don't gotta worry about who's in that and who's winning that. It's champ problems." He also pointed to the advantage of not enduring the physical toll others face on the road to WrestleMania. "I don't have to be in the Rumble. I don't have to go through hell in the chamber. So I'm doing my best to rest and recover all the little nagging things I got going on." Despite that strategic edge, sportsbooks clearly aren't buying it, at least not yet. Opening lines like this often reflect not just storyline direction, but betting confidence, historical booking patterns, and anticipated WrestleMania outcomes. Roman Reigns has consistently been positioned as the centerpiece in major main events, and the -350 number reinforces that expectation. Of course, odds can move. If heavy money starts coming in on Punk, that line could tighten. But right now, the betting market is firmly in Roman's corner. Do you agree with the sportsbooks making Reigns such a heavy favorite? Or does CM Punk at +225 look like value heading into WrestleMania?